Everyone knows they will die someday, yet very few truly live as if that truth were real. People drown themselves in fleeting pleasures to escape the fear within, until one day they realize their entire life was spent clinging to nothing more than a tiny drop of honey above an abyss of suffering. Long ago, there was a man condemned to death for committing a serious crime. Inside the cold prison walls, he lived every day in terror. The thought of execution haunted him endlessly. Never before had he realized how fragile human life truly was. Driven by fear, he desired only one thing: to escape and survive. One night, he managed to flee from prison, but as soon as he escaped, the guards released a wild elephant to chase him down. The thunderous footsteps shook the earth behind him, and the beast's furious breath drew closer with every second. In desperation, the man spotted an old well in the forest and climbed down to hide. But the moment he hung inside the well, horror consumed him. At the bottom lurked a massive, poisonous dragon with its jaws wide open, waiting to devour him. Along the walls of the well, 4 venomous snakes raised their heads and stared at him from every side. Terrified beyond reason, he clung tightly to a tree root hanging from the wall, using all his strength to stay alive. Then he noticed something even worse. 2 mice, one black and one white, were taking turns gnawing through the very root he depended on. Death was no longer merely behind him. It waited below him, surrounded him, and even threatened the fragile thing keeping him alive. He was trapped with no escape. At the height of his despair, a drop of honey fell from a beehive above the well and landed on his lips. Its sweetness filled him with overwhelming delight. In that instant, he forgot about the dragon below. He forgot the poisonous snakes. He even forgot the root that was slowly being chewed away. All he could think about was the sweetness of the honey and the hope that another drop might fall. And in that moment came a terrifying realization. A human being can forget death itself for the sake of a single moment of pleasure. Through this story, the Buddha revealed the true nature of worldly existence. The 3 realms of samsara are like a prison holding all living beings captive. The raging elephant represents impermanence, forever chasing after us. The deep well symbolizes the unstable and suffering-filled world we inhabit. The poisonous dragon at the bottom represents death and hell awaiting below. The 4 venomous snakes symbolize the 4 elements: earth, water, wind, and fire, that form the fragile human body. The hanging root represents human life itself. The black and white mice symbolize night and day, constantly gnawing away at our lifespan. Yet despite being surrounded by impermanence and suffering, people remain intoxicated by temporary pleasures, wealth, fame, desire, and endless worldly pursuits. All of it is no more than a tiny drop of honey falling into the mouth of a condemned man hanging above death. Buddhist teaching does not ask us to reject life. It teaches us to awaken, so we are not blinded by fleeting sweetness and forget the truth of impermanence. Human life may be as fragile as a root being slowly chewed away by day and night. If we remain lost in the drops of honey of this world, we may never notice the abyss already waiting beneath our feet.